Just want your sunny day.
I am one to lose myself in the nostalgic romanticizing of a past that wasn't necessarily better, but retrospectively takes on a pretty idealized hue of betterness. I had some footage left over from last summer I randomly decided to upload and go through, and I must say, editing these clips side by side, current day footage, was challenging. Ultimately, it has forced me to learn to rid myself of negative comparison I tend to fall victim to, instead shifting the narrative to, wow, how lucky am I to have these memories at all?
White.
Yes, we're getting into it right off the bat, but that's my MO. What can I say? Welcome to a very fun week in Copenhagen, decompressing from a girls' trip while enjoying my friends in the city, eating so good, and having some much needed reflections, as I'm hinting at already.
Do you see my little cow milk thing?
Some say that we're too different, baby.
Okay.
Some
Sorry. I literally almost walked on that dog.
say that you don't know what I got, but in the sunshine it feels so easy, baby.
We're gonna do work.
Huh? Don't tell me what to do. I'd rather sit here, stare at this wall than do that.
Such a pretty mug.
Baby, and you know it's true.
Most Maria thing of all time.
Yeah, you know it's true. Just want your sunny days. I want you. Just want your sunny days. Just want your sunny days.
Well, it really depends on where you go.
Wait, really?
Just want your sunny days. I want you.
Maybe Danish.
Cute. Man. Okay, we're off.
And we're matching.
Wait. We're both in long skirts, white shirts.
Now back. But I switched my shoes.
Our shoes were matching before, but
I was like,
Maria didn't like that.
I drawn a line.
Going to Carla's little bash.
It's our gift. Carla. Look, I wrote from us.
Oh.
It says like Would you like my dog?
Not the general consensus. Welcome to another vlog back in Copenhagen. I went on a girls trip. Over the span of 6 days, I slept like 10 hours and I drank every single day. Health was not a concern for me. That's what vacation is all about, isn't it? Except I got sick. I also got sunstroke in Greece. My body gave up on me, but it's okay. I forgive her. And then I just got my period today. So we're kind of going through it, but I'm happy to be back in Copenhagen. I need to rejuvenate. The way I live on vacation is actually illegal. I, have no sense of responsibility. I have no sense of time, of productivity. I'm pretty sure I gave my agent like 25 heart attacks by doing things so last minute, but I'm also happy I was able to really disconnect and be so in the moment. I don't even know who I was on this trip. Evelyn came out to play. Not very many people know Evelyn. She's my alter ego. She's been dead for a couple years. She was born again. It was awesome. Being in Copenhagen, something I really struggled with my first week was, first of all, I didn't give myself a minute to adjust. I hit the ground running. I was like, I'm in Copenhagen, I need to do all these things. I need to check things off my bucket list. So unrealistic. At the end of the day, sitting behind a computer is sitting behind a computer. It's mind numbing, no matter what the work you're doing is. Even when I was writing the most exciting essays in college, after a certain amount of time staring at a screen, you want to claw your eyes out. So my intention for the week, find a good balance and make it so that work doesn't feel like it's taking away from my life, if that makes sense. And I also think it's a good challenge to find ways to make work more fun, and that involves finding new places to work, working with people. This week's gonna be fun.
Ice cream shop. Ice cream. It's better now because I watered it down.
I just have to refill it.
Italo disco. Because it was, you thought it was your name. I had this.
Oh yeah, we baked at home.
Yeah, we did act like patterns. The story I don't know. Literally people, you're like, yes, I'm talking about the house. Literally people like, yes. I asked for poppy seeds. But that's a good sign.
And the egg. Woo! The walls are not like the worst side.
How's the cheese?
Amazing.
We're not very... Exactly the same. Like,
Really?
Sugar Hall.
Yeah.
Okay. If you know, you know. No more needs to be said.
Apparently this is just as good as the Swedish cake. What's
Yeah.
it called?
Kladdkaka.
Oh, say it again.
Kladdkaka.
Kladdkaka.
But this isn't that.
But this is better?
It's not better, but like it doesn't.
For context, Maria said that the kladdkaka she could eat like endless pit, no end.
Literally.
So I'm really curious about this. Wait.
Look at it. Oh my god. Oh
I mean, we have this in Canada.
But no, you don't. Not exactly this one.
Okay. Oh my god. Guys, I'm scared.
You don't.
Thank you. Imagine I hate it.
Yeah, no. You can't. If you hate it, don't tell me.
I won't. I think I've had this before.
Isn't that?
I've had this before.
It's weird.
No, in Canada.
No, I haven't.
Yeah.
No. Agree to disagree.
This is.
No, exactly. What
What do you rate it? Actually, like a 9 out of 10. It's just like so simple, but it hits. Okay, I'll continue.
Next thing. These are boring, but so yum.
The best peaches.
Yeah, because they're the ones that are like crunchy. And then there's also Swedish.
Is it dime?
No, but same vibe. There we calling. We should have done this one first because now we're gonna.
Nothing's gonna top this. Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, I don't know. Because the candy itself,
Rice
is
cake and like
it's
caramel.
it's like a chocolate thing, you know.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Mmm.
Good.
I like this a lot. Very simple.
Good.
Salty.
Yum.
Light. I have therapy, and then I'm gonna go to Viola's place in Tallbeck. We're gonna go for a night swim, have dinner, cozy, and Maria's having a dinner party without me. We had so much fun at Apotek. Shout out Cara. I hope you're having fun in Copenhagen. 1, 2, 3.
When I was younger, there's like every summer in August there's
I'm so tired. Who's calling me? Hey, Queen.
Same. Wait, I'm just looking at the calendar.
So awkward. I actually hate that.
I know.
Can you, what are we answering? Because I'm gonna need some assistance with that.
Say,
I will not be texting a man on my own. Question mark?
Yeah.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
I actually hate my life. I actually hate my life.
No, don't deep it, just send it.
Oh, I really don't like it. Oh, you are so lucky. Okay, you have 5 seconds.
Okay, do one then.
Ah! I sent it. Maria, I actually I want to die. I want to combust and die.
But Ava, imagine this like a
Yeah, true.
This is good practice.
Had a therapy session yesterday for the first time in I think 2 months, and she was just like, you set such unrealistic and impossible expectations for yourself and for your work. I'm just struggling so much to just be satisfied. I'm super anxious about productivity, and I always have been. It's something I really struggle with. The idea that if I'm not being productive, then I have no purpose. But then how I define productivity is constantly shifting, and it clashes. Productivity to me is editing and getting my stuff done and my stuff out, but it's also going out and exploring. And then whenever I'm doing one and I'm not doing the other, I feel like I'm not being productive. So I can never really win. It's like this impossible bind. And honestly, it's such a champagne problem because both are such fun things that I enjoy. And I think I just need to actually chill out. It's annoying to be someone who is never satisfied and who always wants to be doing more in an unhealthy way. The things that I typically enjoy are now feeling stressful. Even just going out and exploring, I'm stressed all the time because I'm like, oh my god, I need to be doing this instead. It's really unhealthy. So I'm trying to rewire my brain right now. Happy afternoon. Viola and I went to this morning, which is this amazing spa. It's in Carlsbad, New Carlsbad. The massage was insane. They massaged my face, which is now going to be a non-negotiable when I get a massage, which is never, but. And I got a little something. I've been now 3 times to this store. I have this thing. I really enjoy buying secondhand pieces from different places around the world, when I travel. For example, when I went to Paris and I got that top, those kind of represent souvenirs. Can I speak? It's a thing I love to do. I do it a lot when I travel, just finding one special piece wherever I go, and then anytime I wear it, it reminds me of that trip. I've been in Copenhagen for a while now and I still haven't found that secondhand piece. Finally, something caught my eye. I know it's orange, and I'm not orange in life. Orange does not really suit me, but because I'm tan, kind of anything goes. It's really cool. And all the details, and then you tie these strings and it tightens, kind of corsety. My style's always evolving, but I feel like in the past couple months, it's just taken such a different trajectory, and I'm listening to my gut when it comes to styling, when it comes to shopping, going for pieces that I can actually see myself wearing rather than pieces that I think look cool. It's really helped me find my style, and ever since I've been in Copenhagen, I've only been wearing outfits that I'm obsessed with, and it's really fun. I kind of had a realization this morning. Over the summer, I've realized many things, a lot about what I do. I definitely had kind of a moment where I was like, this is not fulfilling me the way it should be. I was having a really difficult relationship with being on my phone, and my job required me to be online. I kind of had a crisis, to be honest, because I was like, am I doing the right thing? Am I putting all this energy into something that is not making me feel good? I took kind of a step back, and it's made me realize something that I think is so special. And I feel like today really was just, how do you say, coulé dans le béton. It's been cemented, not even cemented, but I don't know. I was kind of reminded of it today. And I think it's coming off of Fashion Week and all this stuff that makes me think about these things. But I want social media and everything that I do to be something I do that enables me to capture memories, connect with people, make my videos, hopefully be a positive source of inspo, just like so many YouTubers are for me, whether it be with fashion or with books or with studies, whatever it is. I think for me to be able to have a positive relationship to this field of work, I need to be doing other things. It's hard for me not to have structure. The structure of school really is helpful to me. That also has made me realize I'm someone who fares better with a busy schedule and with a balanced schedule. Frankly, my life during school is not super balanced. I'm not active. Usually my social life is not the most amazing. However, I have a really good balance between school and work. I am learning so much, growing so much in the ways that I'm writing. I'm reading so many things, interacting with other students and teachers. And then I'm also usually consistent in my work. I'd be lying if I said
that, you know, I love being in school and doing this on the side. It does mean that some things are rushed and sometimes I don't feel super inspired because all my brain juice goes towards school. At the same time, I feel so much more fulfilled and I feel like more satisfied with myself and happy when I have multiple things going on and when not all my energy is put into one thing. And this summer has really reiterated that. I'm having the best time in Copenhagen and I have learned so much about myself, grown so much. I am very much a retrospective learner. I don't even know how to put it into words. In the moments, I'm feeling all these things, I don't really know what's going on. And then months later, I realize, oh, that's what that was. And this is how I feel about this and that and whatever. I'm not gonna say I'm excited to go back to school because I'm honestly a bit anxious about everything that means and all the time I'm gonna have to reallocate to other things and what that's gonna look like. However, I am excited to have something else going on in my life that isn't just me and my camera and me and my computer. I find myself spending so much time on my phone, literally watching the dumbest stuff. I think it's also a lesson that I need to be more disciplined when it comes to that. I've realized that when I do have these negative feelings and I'm feeling lonely or whatever it may be, or uninspired or whatever, it's probably a sign that I should get out there and see people and try to work alongside people, you know, switch things up, take on a new hobby, try something new, diversify my life, find a new type of balance. I think I'm having a bit of a fashion week come down, which I'm very used to, being so overstimulated in a good way, meeting so many incredible people, and then obviously just like the social part of it, how much social energy goes into that week and the going out and the dinners and all these things. You're on non-stop. With that comes a come down, like I'm used to that. But I think there's also the come down of having people come to the city you're living in and then everyone leaves. And it's kind of like, whoa, well, what's next? I don't want to live my life based on what's the next exciting thing. I want to have my own things that are super exciting that motivate me on the daily. It's what I've been learning working on the Sicily Chronicles, and I am really having a hard time getting through them because I really don't like the footage. I don't like myself in the clips. I don't like my energy. The trip was a tough trip for me for personal reasons that I was going through things. So it's a bit tough, and so I was just kind of watching back videos because that always helps motivate me to get on top of it. I was watching really old videos and I just had such a fun energy. I was just so true to myself, and not that I'm not anymore, but I think that what comes with being so chronically online, you kind of get jaded. When I'm with people having conversations, yes, I can talk about anything, but it's kind of gotten to the point where when I'm alone, sometimes I feel like my mind goes blank and I'm not really thinking about things the way I used to. I'm just not thinking as much because I'm spending so much more time scrolling, comparing, honestly being so hard on myself about the tiniest things. It's a really weird time to be living in and to be growing up in, honestly. Having so like access to absolutely everything. And oh, I'm so tempted to like delete TikTok. Oh my god. I think that's it too, is realizing sometimes that I'm kind of bored with myself, that I'm bored spending time alone, and I'm like, wow, I'm so boring. Like, where's that personality and that little fun girl that I used to be, you know? Obviously I've grown up and I'm not as like quirky maybe as I once was, which is fine, but yeah, I think it was just a reminder. In those days I was so preoccupied with so many other things in my life, and this was just something that I did for fun, and it still is something I do for fun, but it has taken up a lot more space in my life, and I'm just being reminded that I need to have other things going on in order to be like a full-fledged being and someone who's interesting and interested. I don't know if any of you have been feeling this way, like they're losing themselves because they're spending so much time online, and I think it's been reminding me to really take a step back from being on my phone so much, especially being here where people are just so much more balanced and live so well and are so happy. Today just feels like a turning of the page type of day. I don't know why, it just does. By the way, I've been drinking Mode cold brew. It's Swedish cold brew concentrate. I basically pour like this much milk and then put a couple drops because I love my coffee. It tastes like ice cream. I can't really with the strong coffee. It kind of grosses me out, to be honest. I'm gonna FaceTime my mom. I have 3 FaceTime appointments today. I'm gonna go for a late night walk. I'm trying to finish this book today, A Separation by Katie Kitamura. Next one is by Eve Babbitt's. I want to finish it before I go to London. I think it's doable. This is gonna sound like frivolous, but I swear that there's a point to what I'm about to say. I had a really bad breakout at the start of the week and then just had this
spiraling moment. I just had nothing good to say to myself and I just felt so self-conscious. I obviously am living with Maria, and I talked about this too with my therapist. Like, Maria is the light of my life. She makes me feel so supported. She uplifts me. She makes me see myself in a better light. She really helps me feel more confident, appreciated, and then she helps me see the good in myself. I love her so much. So my therapist was like, you need to internalize the way that Maria speaks to you. How you see her seeing you, you need to internalize that and speak to yourself that way. And it just got me thinking about the whole idea of how you speak to yourself and how you see yourself, perceive yourself, and how that affects like your confidence and all these things. It was just one of those weeks where everything about my appearance is bothering me. The bump on the chin, the bloat and float, the little things, the things that don't fucking matter. Just being on your period, feeling heavier than usual, and just like not feeling super energized. I just got so down on myself. But living with Maria, I made a comment about my breakout and she was like, girl, there's a solution for this. Just stop touching it, we'll fix it. Gave me some serum, gave me some water, and like that was the end of it. She's one of those friends that it's just not a vibe to talk badly about yourself with. You know, some friends will like kind of egg you on and be like, yeah, same, hate this, hate that. Maria's not like that. Like, she will shut it down. She doesn't talk badly about herself, and she certainly does not talk badly about others. And so that just got me thinking about how I tend to talk to myself, how I tend to make negative comments like almost without thinking in my head, like, oh my god, I look horrible in this, or I look bloated, or I look whatever. Despite the fact that I haven't been feeling my best this week, I've realized that I feel so much better than I felt in the past when I haven't felt good. And it got me to realize, because I was talking to my friend yesterday, how important the people you surround yourself with are if you are someone who is extremely self-critical. This may be obvious for some people, but like, I've asked myself for a while, because I couldn't really pinpoint at what point in my journey I was able to kind of flip the switch when it comes to my relationship with my body and my relationship with food. For a long time in high school, I didn't eat. I was severely underweight, and even like at my most underweight, I was convinced I had to lose more weight. And for the past few years, like it just hasn't been really an issue. And I've been trying to pinpoint like what changed. And I know part of it was I just kind of had to sit down with myself at one point where I was just realizing life is so short. A big part of it comes from the fact that I'm always editing stuff. I'm kind of faced with the fact that time passes because I'm constantly editing moments from the past, and I'm very nostalgic. And so I just had a moment of like, oh my god, you only live once. Time's flying by. That happens to me a lot, where I watch old videos and I'm like, that was 3 years ago? Damn, like how are we here already? Constantly thinking about the next bite and regretting the past bite. That was my life for a couple years, and it was the most heavy thing ever. It made me absolutely depressed. It made me isolate. I didn't go places because I didn't want to eat. I also didn't go places because I didn't have the energy to. I didn't go places because I didn't want to be a bad vibe. I didn't want to be a burden to my friends. I knew I didn't bring good vibes to the function, and so I isolated, and that created this vicious cycle where I just never really left my house. And it was all because of food. All I could think about as soon as I woke up in the morning was what I was going to put into my body, and then once I put it into my body, all I could think about for the rest of the day was, why did I put that into my body? It is vicious. You convince yourself that thinness is beauty, that the thinner you are, the happier you'll be, except that the thinner you do get, the less happy you are. It made me absolutely miserable, and I think I just had a moment of like, do I want to spend my 20s, or I want to spend my life realistically? If I don't fix this now, it will follow me forever. Constantly thinking about this. Do I want to be 50 and still be running after youth all the time and like feeling so self-conscious and having lived my whole life completely consumed by food? Like, is that what I want? No, I really don't want that. Realizing that on my own was the first step.
Heading home to get my computer because I'm gonna go to Louis Row, which I haven't been to in so long, and that used to be like my go-to study spot. But I'm pit stopping by Le Petit Voyeur magazine store because I've been wanting to go literally since I got here. So let's check it out. Good morning. Meeting with Maria. We're either gonna go to Villette or Beit Salma. It's a beautiful day, so I just want to be outside. I haven't seen Maria in a hot minute, like literally since Paris. Oh my god, it's been almost a month. That's crazy, actually. I really feel like I need to be around people right now. The past few days I've been spending a little too much time on my own, and it's kind of catching up with me, where I'm getting in my head about things. Love that I'm an overthinker. Love that I'm anxious. Need to be with some friends. Also wearing my realization part dress. She's perfect. Finally, thank god. I hate my Maria.
Yeah, look at that. That's not okay.
I think the biggest thing, and I realize it now, was surrounding myself by people who enjoy food, who didn't talk about food negatively, didn't have to make a comment every time they ate about how bloated they were, who weren't counting calories or talking about what's in what, weren't talking about the way they looked all the time. Surrounding myself with people who instead wanted to do dinner parties, wanted to cook together, wanted to eat together, wanted to go out to restaurants, try different things, who just had good relationships with food, was just so refreshing to me. The reason I'm saying all this is because this week I just was having these moments of self-consciousness about my skin and about, you know, my body. It comes up every now and then, whether you like it or not. These things live with you if you're a woman. Obviously everyone's different, but like when you do struggle with an eating disorder, it does follow you a little bit. There are obviously days I wake up and I look in the mirror and I don't feel good about myself. I think that's human nature. And this week, having someone like Maria just kind of make it feel so light. She made it out to be exactly what it is. I'm sharing this because I was having a conversation with one of my friends 2 months ago where she was sharing that she wasn't feeling like the best about her appearance. Then I had another conversation with another friend 2 days ago where she was saying the same thing and explaining how it actually like consumes her life and like makes her feel really awful. And these are people that I would never have guessed struggled with anything like that. Honestly, we've been friends for so long and I've never known that they struggled with these things, which also like makes me sad because I wish I could have been maybe that person for them to like pull them out. But it's good that we're talking about it now. We were just talking about how the cheesy things kind of matter. Like the cheesy things you tell yourself really help remind you of what's important. Life is short. There's so much more to life than the way that you look. Beauty comes from the inside. That is like the truest statement. Think of the people you're attracted to. Think of those people that you're like, oh my god, you're so gorgeous. How often is it their aura that attracts you to them? That's what you should be nurturing and working on.
What is love? I don't know. I think cheese. Let's see. Crouton, tomato, I think Parmesan maybe. Sumac.
It looks vegan.
It is. Definitely vegan. Which I love.
Yummy.
Mm-hmm. Try. Very fresh, very summer. I love chickpeas.
It's vegan.
I needed this.
Look at this. It's so like.
Why does Maria like half a loaf of sourdough?
Those little reminders I think play such a big role in overcoming issues with food and with body image, and then also having those friends that tell you the cheesy things, like those friends that have other things to talk about, you know? I think a big person in my life that does that is my sister. Even when I was the one always making fucking comments about how I hated my body, she would always just be like, what do you mean? And being around that for me always made me feel like, hey, there is hope for my future, where maybe one day I'll be like her. When I have these moments, typically I spiral and I get so depressed. My weight fluctuates quite a bit. I don't have a very like structured or stable lifestyle. I can't tell you the amount of times that I've noticed changes in my body and it has ruined my week. This is like one of the first times that I feel like instead of hating myself and hating life, I've just been like, actually, so what? There is so much more to life. I have been enjoying myself so much. Am I really going to let such a stupid thing ruin my time here, consume my energy? No, I'm not doing that anymore. It's just something that I need to remind myself of, and that's where like the cheesy things come in. Sometimes you gotta wake up in the morning and tell yourself, I'm beautiful inside and out. I remember not wanting to fill out, being really upset when I started filling out a bit, when I started having boobs. Like I don't even have boobs. When you've struggled with these things before, it's really hard to watch your body change and become womanly. For me, it was extremely difficult, and I was holding on to my preteen body, feeling like me not fitting into clothing that I fit into when I was 14 meant that I was fat. All these absolutely ridiculous things. That was really fucking hard for me. I do not want to feel like I'm chasing youth in my 20s. What am I chasing? What am I trying to gain here? If you haven't really struggled with this, maybe you think that I'm like spewing things that sound a bit crazy, but that's actually the mentality I had for a minute there. So anyways, if you have ever thought any of these thoughts, I just want to say there is a light at the end of the tunnel. Surround yourself with people that uplift you, who don't talk negatively about themselves and about food. And I feel like this week I was reminded of exactly what got me out of it. It was the people.
Oh, yeah. Maybe not. Maybe fucking not.
I'm dreadfully hungover. Yeah, I don't feel fresh. I don't feel fresh. This is my last week in Copenhagen, so even if I'm hungover and feel like shit, I'm going to Andra. I've been on a 4-day bender, 5 days actually. I have been a yes woman and I am done. I'm so over it. Like I am now in my health era. I need sunglasses. I've been falling in and out of sleep. I'm so fucking shattered. Pardon my French. But it's 12, so time to start the day. Okay, I'm literally never
never drinking again. Like, I'm so over it. I'm actually so over it. I remember I made like a bucket list. I'm a list girl. I made a bucket list of restaurants I wanted to try, and I made a blog and I wrote about every place I went to because I love to write. All the things that I loved, I kind of channeled into food to create this like passion almost. And now I'm such a foodie. So I think that was like a really good way for me to kind of shift my mindset about it. Food is to be enjoyed, and it does fuel you. It makes you healthy. It makes you move. I think it just came down to this lifestyle is making me miserable. I'm thin, but I feel like shit, and it's not sustainable, and I have no energy, and I'm depressed. And it was just hitting kind of a breaking point that got me to think, okay, I need to find solutions. And then I just had those people around me to pull me up, and I really think that's the only way out, because when you have convinced yourself that food is bad, you can't get out of that on your own. It's all about the company you keep. I'm reminded of it this week, which is why I'm saying all this. Sometimes you just need to like say the thoughts you have in your head out loud or write them down, and then you see them and you're like, oh my god, that's silly. I need to shower, get ready, and I'll see you once I'm ready.
I don't know about the shoes. You like them?
I love them. Where are they from? Yeah. Such a fashionista.
It's so funny because I
Obviously. They ever.
honestly, and then like when we were playing, just like things come.
It's like food coming out. So your turn.
Looking back at old videos has always made me feel sad. As much as I cherish the memories and feel happy living them back, I easily get lost in the illusion of the past being better, brighter, happier, etc., which is a total romanticization. The process of watching and editing these clips from a summer ago alongside this one has been tough. Staring at myself for so long and being faced with the ways I've changed is not easy nor fun for me. I am a bit sensitive to that stuff, but it has really forced me to get over myself and the toxic mindsets I've internalized over the years. In reality, what a privilege it is to even get to watch the me from a year ago side by side the girl I've grown into, and get to observe just how much more life is in me now, how much more excitement, joy, confidence lives within me. This summer is the happiest I've been in a minute. Despite not feeling my most confident in some ways, I felt so much more self-assured in others, and I've grown and learned so much. So looking at myself a year ago, I may see a younger self, searching girl with good routines and more discipline, who was reading all the time and on a running kick. But I also recognize that her older version is much closer to figuring things out for herself and to finding an inner happiness. And for that, I know she'd be so proud. Ultimately, we both have so much to learn from the other. I find it so crazy that I could be having the best time, dare I say the best summer of my life, and feel so happy while surrounded, excited, be so spontaneous and fun, yet look back on footage from those months and only be able to see myself under a superficial light I don't like. I don't know, is this what it's like to become an adult? Hitting a wall when you realize you actually have to put in work to take care of yourself and your body in order to feel good. Like, it doesn't just happen on its own. This might sound so dumb, but this summer I learned the hard way that I'm no longer a teenager and that I need to establish healthy habits if I want to feel good in my skin, and it actually made me feel a bit helpless and lost. On one end, I'm happy I wasn't so disciplined because I was able to enjoy myself and let loose for the first time in so long, and that taught me so much about how I want to live my life and who I want to live it with. It taught me I like discipline and structure, but also I like to let loose, and it's fun not to care about certain things, but I also love caring. I love working towards things and feeling fire under my seat and doing things I don't really want to do but feel super accomplished doing. Basically, I learned adulting is about finding balance. Duh. And that means doing the shit you don't really want to do you so that you can indulge in the stuff you probably should do all the time, but that's really fun to do, so you gotta do the other not so fun stuff to feel good on the day-to-day. These are things we know, but learning firsthand this summer was definitely not the easiest, but alas, we made it through. This video has been so incredibly hard for me to edit, but I think I proved a lot to myself in making it. I overcame a lot of the bad feelings I was feeling throughout the summer as I compared myself so much to past versions of myself. I'm giving myself some grace as I transition into a new, very different and exciting chapter, and I'm really trying very hard to decenter appearance from my mind because it really is so all-consuming and so unimportant. If anything, making this video has motivated me to really figure out what it is I want to prioritize in this next chapter in terms of self-care on one end and mentality on the other. And one thing is for sure, I will continue to tell myself the cheesy things because life is short and beauty comes from within. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.